I mean, it's the great equalizer. It is the flames in which, you know, all teams are kind of forged. Like people were saying, it is the map that everyone knows. You know, everyone within Counter-Strike will know Dust 2 and can play Dust 2. So it's going to be interesting to see. I reckon we're going to see a very heavy emphasis on mid-control in particular coming out from MnM, just because that's how we've kind of seen their style develop. I mean, it was the case throughout all of tonight. We have seen, you know, a lot less kind of just rush strategies. Reason they're the kind of team that do adopt, you know, just kind of loading all the eggs in one basket and going for it if stuff starts to go wrong. I think we're going to see MnM, though, trying to grab control of mid if they start on the T side, which is looking like it's going to be the case. So, yeah, pistol round, I wouldn't say something like potentially some sort of split wouldn't be off the cards. I don't think we're going to be seeing any rushes just yet. But, I mean, I guess we're about to find out, so...
Yeah, it was MnM actually went for the swap in the end, so they are going to be on that CT side to start. And it's going to be Reason over towards the T side. They're going to be the ones that have to get aggressive. And we've already seen on previous maps, when they won the pistols, generally they were favoring the CT side. Generally they were favoring the more passive play. And I think that's maybe the reason why MnM opted to go for this CT side to kick things off, just to kind of play against their opponent's playstyle here. But Mole going to be stepping on into the side, trying to find something, but actually get those shots to kick things off here. Robin Nasty, in fact, it's Rom that finds one onto Kiyoshima in the end. 4 versus 3 now, and it's going to be Reason Gaming that are at the advantage right now. They're going to be able to get this bomb planted, and MnM nowhere to be seen in this pistol.
Yeah, retaking the B site is infamously hard, even when the numbers are equal. Being at the disadvantage is going to be pretty horrible. Saying that, Stan able to correct the issue, puts it back into a 2-on-2, looking to try and keep the aggression going, but he's going to get taken down. Trade doesn't come through just yet from Aaron. He finds good damage out on a Robin. Lads, oh my god, what was that, Aaron? That was actually amazing.
4K as well.
Yeah, I don't even think he's fully aware of what he just did. And if it was on purpose, then, oh my god. This man is insane. It's going to be 4 frags for him there in that pistol round, and what a way to start things off for MnM. They pick up the pistol round, and they should be able to get at least another round off the back of this.
Yeah, and it says a lot when Aaron moves into round 2 with $5,100 to play with. That is an obscene amount of money to be stepping into the second round of the game with. And I mean, Reason, they've got to be wondering what on earth happened in that round. It was all put over. They knew he was in window. They were having him covered, but just wasn't enough in the end. And now Aaron going to be trying to grenade up towards short. He's suspicious that they're there. Keo managed to spot them out, gets a triple. It's against an eco, but it doesn't matter when you land headshots like Kiyoshima does. There's another one for him, and Mole steals the 5K in the end with a grenade, but that is how you eliminate a squad. And well, Keo just became a very rich man.
Yeah, $6,000, and you know, more specifically, what, $2,400 on the back of that round alone. I mean, you know, Keo's got his 4 frags, Aaron's got his 4. Who's next? Do you reckon it's going to be Mole, Stan, Jenka? I mean, they've still yet to get theirs. We're going to see Keo go aggressive early on in towards lower tunnels. I don't think Reason are ready for this. This could potentially be devastating as he makes his way up from behind. They are going to be watching it, and Robert does find the headshot, but he does good damage out onto Bishop. Only 1 HP left alive on the Reason Gaming player. So he's holding on by the skin of his teeth. We are going to be seeing no rebuys coming out from MnM though, so this is just a round to try and keep the economy going, just try and do whatever damage they can, and you know, if they find the win, then that's great. But it is still going to be a man advantage going the way of Reason Gaming, but just barely, because I mean, Bishop, you know, he's dead if he trips. So yeah, it's not looking good.
Yeah, all it'll take is a grazed knee for Bishop to go down at this point. But certainly Reason the advantage in this round specifically. Bishop does end up falling now, but it's traded back for Aaron. In the end, though, Mole is going to step up and grab 2 for himself. Suddenly, it's Reason with just 2 players remaining. The USB more than enough for Mole. He grabs a 3rd. Rattlesnake, the last man remaining. He's going to try and rattle his way onto the B site. Mole's so low. Can he actually connect the shots, though? That's going to be the question. Fully blinded. Mole just going to keep on hiding away here. He doesn't have to peek because the rest of his team arrives on the scene. Stan the man picks up the final kill. And MnM grab 3 on the bounce. They've managed to get themselves a pretty hefty lead on this one, and because of 4 spies, because of lack of plants, Reason, they're not even able to get rifles on this 4th round.
Yeah, and Reason, they've come to remind me a bit of a boat. Once they start sinking, they just keep going down. There's no, you know, they can't get the water out. They start tilting upwards, and that thing's going under the second water starts getting in. So they need to get out of this mindset of, you know, just the second things start to go wrong, they just throw it all away. They need to try and keep their composure. They need to be showing resilience, even in the face of a very, very strong MnM team. And, well, look at Stan. He's going to be able to pick up 3 frags, looking for a 4th. What's going on? They're actually just giving every single player 4 frags. I mean, I said it as a joke, but it almost came true. Mo was able to get 3 last round. Stan's managed to get 3 this round. He's looking for his 4th. Ron might be able to pick that one up. He does find 1, looks for the 2nd, but Aaron's there to pick it up. Gets 2 of his own into that one. It's going to go 4-0.
It looked like Stan was playing on an aim map there. When the flashes went up, the players are completely blind, and he was just, like, taking a second to line up headshot, line up headshot, line up headshot. Picks up the kills and takes a 4th round. I will say, though, I believe in Reason Gaming right here. I really want to see this map. I mean, I want to see this go to Nuke, but also, I know that they can play better than this. I know that they have it in them, but it is going to be Jenko starting things off as he just takes Rattlesnake out straight up in an aim battle. And, you know, just as I'm saying I believe in Reason Gaming, that's not a fantastic start to the round. And Keo, he's going to follow in Jenko's footsteps right there and grab himself a kill. Rob Nasty will answer for that, though, at least. So, nice little punish there. They're aware that he's on short. They're aware of where he's going, and they make sure to capitalize on that fact.
Still, the man advantage going to be going the way of MnM Gaming. And what you can see, Reason trying to make something happen out towards long. 2 players here in the form of Rom and Bishop. Robin, meanwhile, in towards lower tunnels, trying to force the issue up on towards short. It's going to be spotted out in mid by Mole, who does have a Famous to try and play around with, just to try and prevent this one. You also have Stan up on short aggressively, a smoke down to prevent that push, and as a result, he has to go regroup with the rest of the team over towards long. The push now underway. There's no smokes for the cross, and this isn't looking good. Aaron's going to find 1, and then Rom does all the work they need as he shoots his teammate in the back, takes down Bishop. Now it's just Robin, and he falls as well. Aaron holds it down. He's not going to let them make it across to that A site just yet. It's going to go 5-0, and already that pause is being called in.
Yeah, and Reason, I think, desperately need this pause right now. They need to be able to kind of hold on at this point. Reason, you said it yourself, right, at the start of this game, you know, it feels like Reason, once things start to go bad, they struggle to kind of regain control of the situation. This is a good moment for them to pause, just so they can take a minute to recalibrate, just kind of reset, step back from the situation and say, look, it's been a bad start to the map. We are a map down. Our opponents are on series point at this stage. We cannot afford to just allow this to escape us. We have to focus up here, and we have to get ourselves back on that horse.
Yeah, exactly. They need to just, you know, regain control of the emotions. They need to regain control of just their rational thinking. I mean, they need to start thinking with reason, if you'd pardon the pun. I mean, that is kind of, you know, where they found themselves. Now they're 5-0 down. MnM have a very convincing start. There's plenty of money on the CT side, which is always scary anyway. Coming into this Reason, they need to bring their A game on the T side. They need to just iron out any issues they're having now. And as Kyanite was trying to drive home earlier on, they need to just sit there. They need to think things through. And they just need to have kind of Rom just lay it out for them. He needs to listen to the issues, kind of configure where everything's going wrong, try to build, you know, almost like a mental map of exactly what it is they need to fix, and then act accordingly. Because, I mean, it's all or nothing from here on in. Like,
yeah.
This is it.
We'll see whether Rom is going to be able to be that beacon of light, whether he's going to be able to, you know, obviously, Rom, the in-game leader for this squad, he needs to really lead these guys home at this point. He needs to find a way for them to get back onto Dust 2. But it's as the analyst was saying, Dust 2 is a map that there's only so much strategy that comes into play. Like, obviously, there are strats, there are set pieces, there are ways that you can execute as a team to make your way onto a bomb site, but there's also the fact of the matter that this is a map that is very dependent on your ability to just win aim battles. You know, you can't always find yourself in situations where trades are available, so you need to sometimes be able to just duel your opponents, and that is something that MnM have consistently just been fantastic at. They've not really struggled when they get put in those kinds of situations. We are going to be back onto the map again, ladies and gentlemen, and we'll see whether Reason Gaming, after that pause, are going to be able to pull themselves together a little bit, and they are just going to go straight for a B rush right now. It's only Mole on the scene right now, has to back away. AWP in hand, but the Tech-9s should be enough for them to push straight on through right now. Maul does have to back away. The molly will mean that he cannot even peek on in at this point. The bomb should get planted at the back of the B site.
Yeah, the B site infamously hard to try and retake, but they do have the man advantage. Bomb is ticking down, and Keo's got the well, he's got the auto shotgun to try and force this issue out of the site. Finds one out, and Rom, oh, takes his head off. That's a nice $800 he's just earned himself. Going to keep the aggression going. And as Aaron makes his way through tunnels, should be able to spot out one frag here. Is Razek's able to take that stand, but that's going to be it. Ultimately, the frags come through in favor MnM once again. It's going to go 6-0, but I mean, the real kind of, the real thing about that talk wasn't what to do in that round. That's not the key thing here. The key thing for Reason is this. So the buy up now. They got the bomb. That was their objective. Now we have to see if that pause, if everything that they've has just culminated as a result of those few minutes while they had time to compose themselves is going to be enough. It's a double up setup with Rattlesnake and Rom both opting for the AWP.
Yeah, this is what the strategic chat was about. How do we invest our money? How do we do this moving forwards? Looks like the answer is going to be double AWP. And well, they're up against a double AWP in the hands of Mole and Jenko as well, so it's once again, as we keep on saying, it is going to be down to those aim battles. It is going to be down to who is the better squad. Rattlesnake takes out Keo. That auto shotgun isn't going to be quite good enough when you're against someone who can no-scope like that. Rattlesnake dodges a bullet but misses his own. Jenko narrowly survives. They both just about get away with that engage. And now Aaron on the point with the AK, but he can't actually connect his shots right now. Incredibly low, will get taken out by Robin Nasty. This is the round that Reason have been needing. They can get this bomb down onto the A site, and this new strategy, this double AWP setup is working wonders for them. Stan, waiting for this player to peek out, has a smoke available. He's just going to try and deny any kind of push up long right now, but he has been spotted out. They know that he's in pit.
Yeah, he's trying to find what he can on the back of the M4, but he's stuck between a rock and a wrong place, and Rom takes him down with the AWP in hand. Mol and Jenko both saving theirs elsewhere in this B site. Reason looking to try and go hunting a little bit, aren't able to find anything on the back of it, but they do get the bomb down, and that's going to be going off. It's going to go 6-1 as Reason, they get their first round on the board, and that is exactly what you want to be seeing on the back of a pause. But yeah, I mean, look at the money. Look at the money right now for MnM. It's they definitely have almost too much money. As you know, you had Keo on the auto shotgun. He didn't really care about it. He didn't really care about the money it was bringing in either. He just liked it because it was cocky, and you know, why not? But you know, now we're going to be seeing them kind of more in a serious mindset here. Reason they've shown up to the party. Yeah. They've got a couple of party poppers, or those things that you blow air into, and they go woo. You know them. I don't know what that.
I have no idea what they're called.
Yeah, well,
I guess pipe blowers.
I don't know. I don't. That's something completely different. But yeah, it's 6-1 currently. 5 rounds of difference between these two teams, and Reason they force their way up short. No one's here to counteract them. In fact, A is completely open right now. Stands over towards Long, and well, this A site. Jenko, the only player nearby to try and hold things down as he makes his way back up on towards the site itself.
Short setup here for Reason. Looks like it might be the A site that they do opt to go for here, but still just playing this one slow, waiting to see if any picks present themselves, if they find a way to get an advantage here. But Aaron laying in wait at CT spawn, finds 2, Jenko gets 1 as well. That's all she wrote, I think, for this round. Reason trying to push onto this side, but Jenko's there. He's judge, jury, and executioner. Rom finds 1 for himself, but then gets dinked out. Aaron, though, does end up going down. Rom is going to plant the bomb on 1 HP. No, gets shut down at the last second. It's a jumping wall bang from Kiyoshima, and it's more than enough to finish off that player for Reason. Disastrous round for them, and that is going to reset their economy.
Yep, 7-1 currently, and well, reasonably forcing up into this round. You've got the AWP up on Rom, rifles across the board, and a good bit of utility as well. But like you say, the economy has been reset. Next round will be an entirely different story if they lose this one, so they're going to have to try and pull out all the stops to make sure anything but that happens. We can see 3 players right now for the side of Reason out towards Long, not opting to try and take the aggression early on. Instead, just waiting, biding their time as Stan. I mean, he has gone aggressive there a couple of times. Not going to be repeating it this time, though. Deciding to stay in pit, setting up the crossfire with Jenko, ready and waiting for the attention to be drawn over towards that long angle.
Keo going to be chilling here on the B site. He's looking for an aim battle down towards tunnels. I don't know if anyone on Reason is actually going to want to take that battle. Rom has an AWP, and he's going to be slowly but surely pushing up tunnels himself. So we see Bishop sneaking up towards through short. Mole has arrived on the scene as well here on this B site. Bomb's still just hanging around in tunnels. They don't really want to commit to anything just yet, but Rom sneaking on through this smoke. AWP in hand. Can he find anything? Bishop. Oh, sorry. Didn't quite see who that was. It was Keo on site. Couldn't quite connect his shots there, but Mole is there now. Finds one with the AWP, and now Rom pushing on forwards. Can he find his shot though? That's the question. Yes, he can is the answer. Mole gets a second one, but will get shut down by Robin Nasty. 3 for 3, and that's going to be even more coming through for Reason as Bishop finds one onto Aaron. Nice little alert coming out from him there in tunnels. And as you rightly said earlier, the B site's so difficult to retake, and with 2 players, this should be just about an impossible task for MnM.
Yeah, and well, as Stan falls, Janko thinking about running for the hills. 12 HP, just gets out of there with his life. Reason the economy not strong enough to justify hunting for this one. They're going to push aggressively in towards mid, but that's really going to be it. They don't want to lose anything on the side of the T's. The money on MnM is going to be plentiful to go around, to say the least. I mean, $3,000 on Aaron is less than ideal, but he'll be getting some on the back of this anyway. And I mean, you know, 13,000 on Mole, 10,000 on Keo as well. But there we go, there's some fun damage stats for you all to digest.
Well, Aaron's doing pretty damn well, I think it's safe to say. But no reason. We've got another round on the board. But, you know, even going back and forth right now, MnM is still doing pretty okay for cash. They've gone for another double AWP. This time Rattlesnake with a Tech 9 and armor. We'll see whether he's going to be able to make that work for himself. But actually a very quick play down mid right now. Jenko finds the first kill of the round, but is going to get answered. Aaron trades it straight on back to Robin Nasty. But look at this, 1 for 1 all the time. 3 versus 2 right now. MnM still with the advantage right now. AWP in the hands of Rom though, and Bishop with an AK for himself. Oh, Mole is just waiting for that though, and will finish off Bishop. Rom, he's got an AWP, but I don't think there's going to be much he can do in this round. Maybe he can though. We've seen miracles happen in the past. He's got the bomb, he's got an AWP, he's got a little bit of utility as well. And, you know, on Dust 2, if you want to make a round like this work, I feel like an AWP is pretty much a fantastic weapon to do it with, because it means you can get that opening pick. And when you get into the more close quarters battles, the odds are you're going to be on a bomb site, so you'll be able to grab yourself a rifle anyway. Let's see. He's going to be able to work this one at least. There's one guy over towards this A site and is going to go on into this battle. Misses the first shot. That is bad news for Rom, and they know exactly where he is. Now guess what? Well, full blinded though. Kiyoshima goes down. It's going to be Stan hiding out here on CT spawn. He knows that he can't go for this peak until Mole arrives on the scene. And Rom is going to be able to get the bomb down.
Yep, it's 1 versus 2. Like you say, the AWP on the back of Rom has been amazing so far. He's going to get tagged down to 11 HP though, and Mole and Stan both going aggressive here. They have the crossfire set up as exactly everything they would need, and it's going to be Mole to take him down. 8-2 is going to be secured, as Rom cannot win out the 1 versus 2. Defuse does come through, and that's going to be another nail in the coffin here for Reason, potentially, as their money is going to be extremely low. Wouldn't surprise me if we do see a little bit of aggression there potentially in the buy. I mean, just buying down to about $2,000. Yeah, fair enough. That is what you'd expect. They don't want to have, you know, too much money. You've got a little bit as well on the back of Rom to try and get the AWP up into round number 12. But for once, we're seeing them take kind of good economic management, just thinking ahead. If they save now, they can buy up in around 12 on a much stronger buy. We've seen them be very aggressive and a little bit foolish with these buys previously. Keo, though, no time to talk about economy when he's on a flank like this. Comes in from behind, takes down 1, looks for number 2. Cryptix is going to fall. The flank is just paying off right now as he picks up 2 frags, gets so much information. Does a little bit of damage as well out onto Rom. So it's a 3 versus 5 here. The advantage going the way of MnM Gaming.
Nice little play from Stan there as well to pick up another. Keo gets himself a hat-trick, and he's going to look for Bishop to finish off the round. 4K for him. And that is how you anti-eco right there. Perfect example coming out from Kiyoshima. 9-2 is the scoreline, and a fantastic first half coming out from MnM. They are not looking for a 7th map here today. They are looking to go home after 6, and they're looking for that £5,000 first prize at this rate. Reason Gaming, We've got 4 rounds left in this half. They can still turn this into a 9-6 half. It's still possible. Certainly not probable, as Rattlesnake is going to be going down to Jenko to kick things off.
Yeah, they lose their end very early on. You can see now they're concentrating their efforts in towards mid and long, but with both Stan and Jenko here to hold things back, long's not looking like a very viable option. They start to try and push up short, but right now they're looking a little bit confused for the time being. Cryptix does have the bomb up on short, but I mean, currently he doesn't have a frag to his name. That's kind of all he's been, is the bomb carrier for the time being. And well, maybe a couple of lunchboxes as well for the rest of the team, but we haven't seen him pick up many frags just yet. Well, any actually. He's currently sitting pretty down on 0, but 4 assists, so team player. We're going to be seeing Keo trapped up here behind the boxes, trying to make his final stand. Finds the first, he takes down Bishop, finds a second as Cryptix falls as well. He's not ready to die just yet, and Aaron comes out mid to mop up Rom and Robin. It's going to go 10-2 as MnM. I mean, what was that round? Keo should have died.
He certainly should have, and I mean, when you look at the likes of Cryptix not yet managing to get a frag, I think that says a lot about fatigue in this series. And Cryptix was one of the players that was absolutely crucial for them early on in the series. And, you know, oh my goodness, Kiyoshima, he's having none of it now. He is done with this series. Ooh. He just wants to end things. But nice little shot from Bishop there. Will pick himself up a nice little kill, grabs himself an AK as well, but Aaron is here to capitalize, gets one onto him, just needs to land a single bullet and will do so. 11-2 now in favor of MnM. And you know, Kiyoshima, I said it at the start of the day, if this does go to a long series, you're going to be looking at players like Kiyoshima and players like Rattlesnake, the more experienced ones to be able to deal with a long, drawn-out series. Kiyoshima absolutely proving that point right now, actually going for an auto sniper. I think he's confident.
Yeah, no, definitely. Jenko going aggressive in mid is actually just going to quickly realize, okay, maybe we're doing well, but not that well. As he gets shut down off the bat, the man advantage going to go in the way of Reason. Can they capitalize on it, though? We haven't seen him in a favorable position. It's something that's been a little bit alien to them almost, but they do grab control of mid for the time being. Aaron rotating on through to try and watch it. Does leave that B site, the A site a little bit weaker as a result. We're 3 players here, but now he's made his way down to try and keep an eye on mid. You see Stan, he's very aggressive out towards long. And Aaron might be able to find one, but it's actually Bishop to take him down, leaving it all on Mole in towards B. Try and watch out. He knows there's a presence in towards mid for the time being. You can see he's going to try and meet the aggression with some aggression of his own. It's actually Stan in from short, who goes out from long, who goes aggressive, finds one. Mole in mid, looking for one of his own, but it's going to be Rom to take his head clean off. Keo and Stan find themselves in a 2 versus 4. Reason they get the B site, and they have the bomb in tow.
Reason might be able to at least get some semblance for the first half here. Keo still with the auto sniper though, the Scar 20. See what he's actually able to achieve with that one. They have so much money that they can afford to just go for this ridiculous retake. There's no way that they should win this one, but they're going to go for it anyway. Cryptix gets himself a kill, so he'll be happy with that one. Actually getting something to no-scope out of Kiyoshima. I mean, it doesn't win in the round, but it was pretty beautiful nonetheless. Just walks in and takes someone's head off. And Cryptix, he's got 2 kills. He's happy. He's done something, boys. But let's see. Reason, let's see if they can get a 4th round here. It's still winnable. 11-4, it's not a good first half, but it's still winnable at that point.
Yeah, it's not entirely impossible, like you say. And I mean, it is better than that 12-3 scoreline. Almost, you know, indefinitely. I'd be seeing Mole trying to hold on to mid. The aggression does come out, but that Molotov going to push it on back as Reason. They get relegated once again back behind mid doors. Now looking potentially to try and make their way through B. And, well, it's only Keo here with the auto, and there's a smoke down as well. This could be just a disaster right now for Reason if they decide to go for this. This is the Nerd Mower, and, well, he's ready to go. Finds one, finds a second. He's going to get taken out as Bishop uses his auto sniper of his own, puts it to work, and gets the 2-for-1 trade. But still, it's going to be the advantage going the way of MnM. They go in for the retake. All 4 players charging in towards that B site. And it's going to be Robin, Bishop, and Rom to try and hold things down for Reason Gaming.
3 versus 4 here. MnM on the retake. They have the man advantage, but they do have to try and take B. It's going to be a challenge, but we'll see whether they can do it. Rom with that auto sniper once again. That's going to be Bishop. Robin Nasty And Bishop again to take some kills. Aaron finds himself alone and Rom will finish him off. If I know it's Bishop again, 4K for him. Fantastic round there. Everybody that comes through the window, Bishop is there to take them out. And well, 11-4 scoreline, still very heavily in favor of MnM, but at least Reason are able to grab themselves a couple of rounds toward the end, just to kind of salvage the situation somewhat. It isn't over though. 11-4 is a scoreline that you can win with, and now that we're going to see Reason over on that terrorist side, or on that CT side, sorry. See what they're going to be able to actually do with this one. Cryptix finds himself one. Rattlesnake as well chimes in. And this is a fantastic start to the half for Reason. If they can pull this pistol out, they'll close this gap pretty significantly.
Yeah, it's all on Jenko all of a sudden. 1 versus 5. He's got a lot left to find and not a lot of ammo to do it with. There's Bishop to finally take him down. I mean, Bishop has been just such a star player for the time being. I mean, he only got 1 frag into that one. We actually Cryptix and Rattlesnake both stepping up to the mark, get 4 between them, 2 each. But it's I don't know, Bishop has been kind of the defining character within Reason Gaming for the time being, trying to pull his team through this. And I mean, if they continue on, like you say, this is a scoreline you could potentially come back from. It's by no means a down and out scoreline, especially not for a team like Reason, who's showing that they can be resilient despite kind of having a little bit of a tilting problem. Now that we're into the second half, if they can find their footing and start to get that momentum going once again, they can still be a huge threat.
Now we're looking at a bit of a force coming out from MnM, going with the upgraded pistols and the armor. Now that we've seen these kind of rounds go very heavily in favor of the forces in this series alone, Aaron manages to find the first kill for himself. Jenko chimes in as well. These SMGs really not going to be working out too well for Reason at this stage, as they lose the first 2 players and aren't even able to trade it back. Now they're on the retake. They've got to try and get up close, but Mole takes the head off Rom. Aaron tanked down pretty heavily, but there's the flank, and it's going to be Robin Nasty, the only one to get a kill against the force fire of MnM. Reason needed that round so badly, and now MnM, they can just run away with this momentum.
Yeah, it's not going to be looking good here. Reason, they are on the back foot. They've got to force down, try and make something happen here. MnM, they're on 12 rounds currently. You can see there is just no mercy. 3 rifles in play, 2 SMGs to try and force the issue here. And well, Jenko out long does take down Bishop, but it's Cryptix to get the return frag as it goes back into a 4-on-4. You can see Rom goes aggressive. He's going to get punished for it. Keo does find that frag. They're still trying to force out the long aggression here for the side of MnM, but now opting to fall on back. They don't want to be facing off against that Deagle that's already claimed so many lives. Aaron, meanwhile, out towards this A site, is thick behind enemy lines. Gets caught with his pants down. Might be able to find a frag here, but it's going to be now stuck behind enemy lines with no support. Doesn't matter because he's got a gun and he finds Rattlesnake's weakness. It was bullets. Who'd have thought? It's going to be a 2-on-4 as Robin and Cryptix find themselves against all odds.
MP7 in the hands of Cryptix, but the Deagle is going to be his weapon of choice. Doesn't make a difference, though, which weapon he was using, because the rifles in the hands of MnM are more than capable of finishing him off no matter what. And now 8 rounds down, 3 rounds away from a victory. MnM Gaming, 3 rounds away from taking that first prize of $5,000. Dollars? Pounds, even better.
Yeah, I wonder. Yeah, I wondered where we were for a minute.
I was actually looking at production, and as I said dollars, literally everyone just turned around with a look of disgust on their face. Yeah, wow. The UK Premiership. Dear me. Anti-patriarchy coming right in. Either way, back to the Counter-Strike. It's a 4-3 round right now. MnM with the man advantage. But Robin Nasty has managed to get his mitts onto an M4.
Yeah, and he has proven time and time again how strong he is with the rifle in hand. He's the lone A player for the time being. You can see as well, you've got Rom over towards long, but he's very aggressively pushed up. He should be able to hear some of these players over towards short and relay that information accordingly. That's why we haven't seen the rotate coming out from Robin just yet. Rattlesnake, who's gone aggressive in towards tunnels, might be able to find one. He does good damage out to Jenko, but Mole is there to trade things out. Trade isn't needed, though. The crossfire is going to prevail as Rattlesnake, he's going to be going down. Now it's just Rom and Robin, and I reckon we're going to be seeing a save coming out here. Rom's going to try and make something happen, potentially find himself a gun to save. Most likely going to die. I hate to have to say it, and well, there we go. But it is just Robin now, 1 versus 4. MnM, they're not going to let him save. They've got so much money on the cards. and they're going to be getting this round to top it off. They don't want to let him hold on to an M4 for what could, you know, be potentially kind of the match point round.
Well, it is in fact going to be Stan that takes it. MP7 manages to best that M4. We are going to see somewhat of a buy coming out from Reason here, though. There's a few players without head armor. There's not the ideal amount of utility, but at least they have some rifles. At least they still have something to work with. Ebot very clearly confused on this one, as it was popping up with 5-5 earlier. It just popped up with I think 18-3. I think I saw it pop up with. I'm not 100% sure what's going on there, but we can see that it is in fact 14-5. MnM very close to taking this entire tournament at this stage. Reason Gaming with, I mean, I've used the phrase they've got a mountain to climb previously. Right now, they're looking at Everest.
Yeah, Everest during the winter while it's snowing. There's a couple of lions there. Yeah, it's terrible. It's not looking good, but, you know, they can do it as they try to cling on to whatever hope they can muster. Do grab control of they managed to grab control of mid and make their way up short for the side of MnM now. Smoke's going to go down to delay the push, but with a minute left on the clock, they're hardly strapped for time. You can see Mole trying to spot out a player. Might be able to potentially see Rattlesnake, but he's going to fall back onto the site passively. 3 players over here towards A for the side of Reason, and plenty of utility just to delay this push, and that's going to buy plenty of time to try and get some information and just delay the push, run down the clock, and leave MnM with very little time at their disposal. We can see now they'll be switching up the pace, looking like they want to try making their way out towards B. Instead, they've got mid aggression aplenty as they try to grab control. Smoke's there, and we also have an aggressive Mole making its way up short, but it's Rom to find 2. Robin as well in towards this B site. They're not ready to give up just yet. Kyo's able to get 1, as does Mole. 2 versus 2. He knows where Robin is. He's got to try and spot him out. Switches out to the up, but misses the shot, and Robin takes him down. Now it's all on Mole. 1 versus 1 as he finds Cryptix in mid. It's him versus Robin, and he's going to get taken down. There we go, Reason. They get themselves a 6th on the board. They're not ready to go out just yet.
Absolutely, Reason staying in this one. Not 100% sure what was happening with Mole at the end of that round. He pulled out his USB to run at them and then just kind of looked at the door as he died. Not 100% sure. Maybe something else going through his head at that point, but either way, Reason managed to grab themselves around there. And that is going to be so crucial in this game. Keeping their opponents away from match point. That's the important thing. This is still possible. And with Bishop finding the entry, it's looking almost probable that they take this round. Rattlesnake chimes in. Bishop can't quite turn it into a second, but tagged Aaron down to 56. And now they push on towards this A site. The CT's backed away. They're going to be looking for the retake instead of trying to actually contest this one directly. And they're just looking to set up to make sure that they can get these flanks and that they can make things happen towards the end of this round.
Yeah, we can see already Cryptix falling off, making his way up short instead, backing up the rest of his team. As long as they trade into this, they should come out on top with the man advantage going the way of Reason, but Bomb is down and ticking, so time is not on their side. 4 members of Reason left with the task to try and retake this A site from 3 standout players on the side of MnM Gaming. They're holding this one down, and well, it's going to be Mole to try and start things off. The push underway. Molotov's just raining down and through the fire and flames. Mole able to find 1, looks for 2. He does it. He finds a second. Stan as well doing work, and he finds himself number 2. That's going to be MnM arriving at match point 15-6. The retake gets completely shut down.
Absolutely, and MnM, they've locked in match point. Worst case scenario for MnM right now, it is going to be overtime. But best case scenario, all they have to do is beat out this 4 spy from Reason, and they will take not only the map, but the entire tournament. Rom is the first one to go down. Kiyoshima, the first one to grab a kill in this round. Aaron chimes in. Mole is on the alert, waiting for someone to rotate through, and Cryptix gets cut off. It's not going to die just yet. There's one for Rattlesnake. Does find a nice little shot there, but gets finished off himself. 2 players remaining right now. Bishop goes down. Cryptix, the last man on this side of Reason. He's the one that's got to keep them in the tournament. He's the one that has to keep them in the UK Premiership. But I fear for him, that this might just be the moment that we crown MnM our champions. Cryptic sneaking up behind one of the players. Can he find him though? It's going to be Mole that he has to duel here with his Desert Eagle. Neither of them connecting the shots here. Cryptic's down to 46 and he's looking to finish off this player. Mole looking for the knife, but he's not going to be able to get it. A little bit of cocky play is going to be fully punished.
What?
But I don't know if he has time. He needs to get to the bomb right now. He simply doesn't have time at this stage.
Cryptix, this is incredibly awkward. You've actually wound up on the wrong side, and your B-hops are pretty neat as well, but I mean, that's going to be it. What more can you say? He knows it's it. He's given up. There's no hope left. Probably picked up the Desert Eagle to finish himself off before the enemies could, but it's not going to be the case. There we go. It's going to be MnM. They take it.
Absolutely. Ladies and gentlemen, you have your champions. MnM Gaming are going to take the 2016 summer season of the ESL UK Premiership. Let's make some noise for our champions here at Comic-Con because they have played an absolute blinder. 4-2 is the final score, and they have been absolutely phenomenal throughout the group stages as well. They had a 13-0 group stage, and now taking the finals 4-2 in a best of 7. I mean, just phenomenal play all across the board.